Welcome to the Veritas Operations Manager how-to video on creating disk group and adding disks to the disk group using the Management Server Console. In this demonstration, we will first show how to create a disk group and add disks to it on a Unix or Linux host, and then on a Windows host. You can create a disk group using one or more disks that are available on the hosts in your data center. On the home page of the Management Server Console, go to the Server perspective. Expand the organization to locate a Unix or Linux host. To create a disk group on the host, you must have the admin role assigned on the host. Right-click and select Create Disk Group. You can also create a disk group by selecting a disk. Enter a name for the disk group. You can select Enable Cross-Platform Data Sharing to enable the sharing of the data of this disk group across other platforms. Or you can select Shared to create a shared disk group. This option is applicable only for clustered hosts. You can also select Coordinator to create a coordinator disk group. A coordinator disk group is exclusively used for VCS I/O fencing. For this demonstration, I am selecting Shared option. You can see the list of available disks. You can click Edit to filter the list based on specific rules. Select the disks that you want to use for the disk group. You can rename the disk using either device name, disk group name as prefix, or you can choose between custom prefix and custom name. For this demonstration, I am selecting device name. Verify the details and click Finish. Now we will add a disk to the disk group. Right-click the disk group and select Add Disk. You can also right-click on a disk and select Add to Disk Group. Select the disk that you want to add. Select an option to rename the disk. Verify the details and click Finish. Now we will create a disk group on a Windows host. Right-click the host and select Create Disk Group. Enter a name for the disk group. You can select Create Cluster Group to create a cluster disk group that Storage Foundation can control. If you select this option, the name of the disk group must be unique across the cluster. Create Microsoft Disk Management Disk Group option creates a Windows Disk Management compatible disk group. You can also select Add Private Group Protection to protect the disk group that is located on a shared storage from being accessed by other hosts that are connected to the shared storage pool. Select the disks that you want to use for the disk group. You can specify an option to rename the disk. Verify the details and click Finish. To add a disk to the disk group, right-click and select Add Disk. Select the disk that you want to add. Select an option to rename the disk. Verify the details and click Finish. This concludes the Veritas Operations Manager how-to video on creating a disk group and adding disks to it using the Management Server console.